the Stabfast, the GM of Havoc Gaming. First off, I'd like to welcome you to your Havoc interview. We designed this video to provide applicants with some basic information about the guild, including our past achievements, overall guild philosophy, and our plans for the future. I'll try to keep this laid back yet informative. Alright, we're going to jump right in with some past accomplishments. The first thing you should know is that our core players have been playing together for many years. Some players like myself have been playing with this team for over 7 years now. Damn, 7 years? Guess my ass really is getting old. The rest of the core have pretty much been playing together for at least the last 2 years, so it's pretty safe to say that we have a solid foundation of both members and leadership who enjoy working and playing together to accomplish great things. What are some of those great things, you may ask? Well, our guild started back in Vanguard, Saga of Heroes. Myself, Loudon, and Aslan were the guild leaders back then and played on the Sartok free-for-all server. During our time there, our guild won the majority of the best player tournaments, as well as led in progression for a significant portion of raid content up through the Ancient Port Warehouse. But what the hell is the best of the best tournament? Well, the best of the best tournament was a tournament hosted by SOE developers that awarded the tournament champion winner title to the winner of each class that participated. So, rogues fought rogues, clerics fought clerics, and so on. I happened to win for rogues, and Loudon got spanked and came in third. We also received first place for warriors, druids, and clerics. Clerics, by the way, we came in first and second. And speaking of second, we took that for monk as well. After Vanguard, we took some time off and reformed once we heard BioWare was developing a Star Wars MMO title. Though we retained many of the former members and almost all the previous leadership, we decided that we were going to make a fresh start and decided to rename the guild as Condemned. We then played Warhammer and Aeon and enjoyed moderate success in each. We were ranked second for our faction on the Trinil server and regularly secured forts for the guild in the Abyss. Later, we then transitioned into Rift. We achieved World Rank 6, USA Rank 5 in raid progression, and dominated the Deep Strike server in both PvP and PvE. After Rift, we were all waiting for the next game, which is Star Wars: The Old Republic. Aw, yeah. And then we actually played the game. Yeah, you can laugh and joke. We did, however, play hard while we were there. Our guild attained World Rank number 1 in raid progression, and we also had a great relationship with the developers. Loudon was actually awarded air and hotel fare from BioWare to attend one of their community events. You can see on the screen there's a copy of the thank you letter they sent him for the effort our guild placed in testing raid content. And while we dominated what little PvP was available on Port Nowhere, the game just didn't have any staying power. So with that, we made the jump over to Guild Wars 2. We got there right before the first beta weekend and had no other experience with the game. There was already a huge alliance formed. I think the largest at the time was around 42 guilds. With a 24-hour point system for realm versus realm, we learned early that we needed an alliance. Instead of joining one of the pre-existing alliances, we decided to do work and form our own. Our guild was the founder of the Titan Alliance, and prior to launch, a significant portion of the Guild Wars 2 community labeled us as the PvE Alliance due to our recent accomplishments in SWTOR. This only fueled our drive. At launch, we kept our server selection private and chose to go on Henge of Dinravi. This was the 4th least populated server in beta and had a losing record throughout the beta weekend events. Our alliance was able to take the Henge of Dinravi server to the number 1 in the world slot with a record of 30-0 before we left Guild Wars 2. So much for the PvE Alliance, right? I'd like to take a moment to mention that I'm not telling you all this to boast our accomplishments, but rather to let you know what we as a team have accomplished over the years. This should give you an insight as to what we are capable of, and hopefully it'll give you an idea of what is to come within our new focus, which is ArcAge. After the recent release about ArcAge securing a Western publisher and the announcement for North American Alpha, we decided to reopen our recruitment in full stride. And thus, here you are. This time I'm briefly going to touch on some of our guild rules, as well as our mission statement and philosophy. Havoc Gaming is a team-based organization in which continually strives to achieve PvP dominance through the use of teamwork, structure, and member development. This is our mission. Everything we do reflects this mission and the values that make it possible. A successful team is one in which members are viewed as teammates instead of individuals. In Havoc Gaming, a team becomes more than just a collection of members when a strong sense of mutual commitment creates synergy. Being a teammate calls for a certain set of skills or characteristics. One is building relationships, caring about fellow members and knowing them well enough to recognize when they need our help and support, or in some cases simply by allowing them to just be heard. These relationships are required in order to identify when a member needs a teammate, having the situational awareness to know when to step up and to step in as a teammate. You may ask, well, why is that important? Well, it's simple, really. It's because each of us is important to the guild, and we all need to understand that the impact of what we do extends beyond what we might typically consider our sphere of influence. What we need to be is a team on a personal level. This extends both in and out of game. We always need to do the right thing, which is directly tied back to our core values. Here at Havoc, one of our guild rules is to maintain a positive gaming environment. We have a no-tolerance policy for drama, and any players who cause drama will be removed from the guild. If a member happens to have an issue with a person, a policy, or with something that occurred within the guild, it is his or her responsibility to approach leadership about the situation. When a member has an issue with a specific member of leadership, he or she may contact another member of leadership to resolve the issue. Complaining to other members, openly arguing in voice comms or text, or any other behavior that results in contributing to a negative environment will result in removal from the guild. We also have what we call an open door policy. If a member has an issue, they can take it to any level of leadership, though depending on the issue, it may be advanced up the chain. We have no filter between the council and members, so problems can be taken directly to the council. Although, we encourage members to determine what level of leadership can best resolve their issue and contact people accordingly. At this time, I would like to wish you the best of luck in your interview, and I look forward to raising Havoc with you in the future. Thank you.